Happy Monday! It is the second weekend of January. I've already been to work. I took a nap and it's 2 p.m. I usually get to work pretty freaking early and I try to get out by 12. And I did today. I got a nap, but my car tire is still messed up. So I'm just glad I honestly made it home. But guess what I'm doing? Going to the gym. Leaving now. I was there approximately 20 minutes. That's how I like to do it, short and sweet. And yeah, at least I can say I went today now. But yeah, yay me. Good for me. Feeling good. Week's off to a good start, ladies and gentlemen. Whether yours is or not, you can always turn it around. Actually, I hate people who are like that when I'm having a bad week, so just ignore me. But whatever it is, you can make it through. I'm over here being like a self-help seminar on a Monday afternoon. No one asked me. Oof, my headphones. But yes, getting my tire fixed tomorrow, I think, because I'm on 8 PSI and I'm just driving around like I don't give a hoot. Which is probably not the best. Also, tell me why it's the beginning of January and I'm out here in a tank top. Because it's hot AF and I guess Austin doesn't believe in winter. Or it ended in December. Actually, winter never really began, so I don't even know why I'm saying that. But yeah, shout out Austin. Hi! Yeah, so it is Wednesday. Happy hump day. I'm so sorry I missed yesterday. So for half these vlogs, I end up just apologizing. And while I'm on that note, I would like to apologize because I noticed when I was editing the last vlog that I switched back and forth between camera to iPhone and then portrait to landscape, which is a total like boomer move, way outdated. I don't know what I was thinking, but it ended up messing up the orientation of the video and it was super zoomed in on my face and then it was just different qualities, and I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna streamline it, maybe do one consistent strategy of executing these videos, channel my inner Spielberg, because I know I have him in me very deeply, and come out of the gates with this vlog more put together, even though I missed Tuesday. So what happened Tuesday? Oh, what happened Tuesday? I finally went into a Discount Tire, because we love a disky, and talked to them about patching my tire because they do that for free if you didn't know. Pro tip. And at first it was fine, dandy. They're like, we can fix it, which I was worried about because the nail was close to the edge, and fake news, apparently they still can fix those even if it is close to edge. But then this man, I'm sitting in the waiting room and he comes in rolling my tire through all of these people sitting there waiting, and it was kind of quiet and they're watching this man roll up this massive tire to me, literally to my kneecaps, in the chair I was sitting in. And he's like, ma'am, look at this, and he shows me, and I didn't notice anything. I didn't know what he was talking about, but kudos to him, was actually trying to explain it to me like I was a human who knew. And he was like, the last time this tire was repaired, it appears they did it wrong. And it's been getting water in it, and there's no way for us to know what all has gotten in there, so we can't fix it. And that kind of feels to me like a cop-out, like they're trying to do a money grab where they use that as an excuse not to fix it, so you have to buy a new tire. But joke's on him. I had another tire from the last time. I got a new set of 4. I kept one of them. I actually got, the choices were when I got my tires fixed last time was to get 3 new tires and have them not match the 4th, or get 4 new ones. And I ended up getting 4 new ones, took the one that didn't match, put it in my trunk. Because I don't have a spot for that apparently in my car. I've also never had a spare, because apparently that's an extra fee when it comes to Jeeps, that you have to buy the spare, and I didn't know that, so I didn't have a spare for the longest time. But when I got my car fixed last time, I forgot that I actually bought the spare set and I've never needed to use it. So I had the spare, and then I had the extra one in my trunk. Anywho, he'd already been snooping through my car, apparently, because he kept pointing out things he saw, like my rollerblades. Like, dude, don't be talking about my rollerblades to me. It's a soft spot. And he was like, should we put the other tire on? And I wanted to ask him to patch it anyway and put it in my trunk, the one that he wouldn't repair, but I knew they wouldn't do that. So he went ahead and put it in my trunk, even though it's not fixed. I figured having that as a backup option is better than nothing because it's just a slow leak. I don't know. Just look at me being a woman who doesn't know anything. Kidding. And yeah, so I ended up doing that. That took up my whole afternoon yesterday, so couldn't work out. Oh no, but I did do a plank. That didn't count for anything though. It lasted a minute, maybe. And then today I was exhausted. I don't know why. I think I was just so stressed out yesterday, and my anxiety was so heightened from the whole tire thing and stressing out about finances and all that fun stuff about being an adult. And my body was so tired today. I just worked and then slept today, TBH. Also, I had a meeting with our female boss yesterday after work, so I was stressed about the tire while I was at the meeting. Didn't do my full performance, was mad at myself about that. Anywho, so I worked later yesterday. And then today we had a meeting with just the air cast to talk about different content ideas going forward in the new year and what we want to do, and that went well. Came out of the gates popping because I already had a list ready of ideas that I've been thinking about but didn't know when to propose, because that's always awkward when you're going into a place that already has things set and the way they've been doing things, like trying to still respect that and not act like you know more. I don't know, or try to act like you want to change everything up. Anyway, that went well. And then I came home and took the fattest nap, and it felt so good. The worst thing about a fat nap is being awoken with a zzz of your phone, and it had so much great potential to be a longer one. But it's fine. At least I have someone texting me on the bright side. I've been through phases of my life where I had no one texting me, but that's a whole other enchilada. And anyway, right now I'm watching, what is it called? It's like, since I finished Love Island, this is, I had to find another option, which nothing will ever compare to that season of Love Island USA. Shout out. What's this called? Love for the Ages. I love that title. It's basically like Temptation Island for older couples, where they go on and they've been married a while, and they're all kind of Latina couples. And I say that because they break into Spanish half the time, and I never know what they're saying. They did put captions at the bottom, but it's always super random, and it's like half English, half Spanish, half English, half Spanish, Spanglish. And especially when they're angry, they go into Spanish, and it kind of freaks me out, but I love it at the same time. Spicy. Anyway, so I'm watching that, which is good. It's finally heating up. Like, I was getting really impatient with it for a while because no one had a wandering eye, and that's no fun, because that's like my favorite part of Temptation Island. It's so bad. But I'm watching that. Shout out. There they are. Couples freaking out at each other. We love that. And yeah, I'm about to wind down. Didn't work out today either. Oops, sorry. It was a rest day. You know how I be with my rest days. They're very important. So yeah, I will check in with you guys later. Y'all, I am so tired. It's Thursday. Happy Thirsty Thursday, even though I'm thirsty every day of the week. I just got back home from work, literally putting my bag down right now, my big old camping backpack. I always get roasted at work for it. They act like I'm going hiking. It's a whole thing. We had a meeting after the show with a kind of coach. We have it every Thursday at 11:30. And it turned into like an hour-long meeting because he was late, and then we had to roll out this new plan because apparently we have to either choose to go live now 3 times a week on the Odyssey app, or we have to do an extra hour-long podcast that isn't going to air live. It's just going straight to that. So that was the whole thing. And then I got super excited. I found a free drafting desk, which if you know what those are, it's like the desks that go flat and then turn up so you can like work on projects and stuff. And they're super expensive usually, but I found one for free on Facebook Marketplace. It was originally priced like $200, but he's moving, so he needed to sell it today. And I planned it with him. I was gonna come pick it up. I'm driving there on my way after work, and he goes AWOL, not talking to me, not sending me the address. He told me it was in Buda, which is like a town south of Austin. So I'm on my way there. I'm like, hey, send the address. He didn't want to send it until I was on my way, so I told him I was on my way. I get to Buda, and I'm like sending him text after text, blowing him up because I'm exhausted and I want to go home and I just want to pick up this desk. And he's not answering, and then it's marked as sold on Facebook Marketplace, and I messaged him again. I'm like, did you sell it? He reads it, doesn't respond. I'm like, question mark, question mark. He finally was like, hey, sorry, someone offered me $50 for it that was driving by and saw it when I was laying it out for you. So that was a waste of time, but now I'm finally home. Anyway, that's me saying that it's later now than I expected. I'm so exhausted and I just want a nap. So I don't know if the workout's going to be able to happen today, guys. I don't know if I'm going to get gains. We'll see if I have time. Alex was talking about that on the show today. He was like, look, who has time for working out? Like, honestly, at first I was like, oh, everyone has time for it, but maybe I don't. Or maybe I'm just too tired and I'm not getting enough gains. I know I'm not getting enough gains, but we'll figure it out. Maybe I'll rally. Who knows? But just checking in. Love you guys. Also wanted to mention, I don't think I explained it very well yesterday, but the tire thing, they basically did end up putting one of the old tire I had in my trunk. They switched it out with the one that was having the slow leak. And I made them put the one with the slow leak back in my trunk because, you know, you never know, especially with my luck. And better having a leaky tire than no tire if one goes flat. And maybe someone will be able to patch it because it was a little sus. It was a little sus the way he wasn't able to patch it. So we'll see about that. But yeah, it is about to be 2 p.m. Been up since 4. So hopefully I'll get a nap here soon and then maybe rally for those gains. We'll see.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, you guys, I just paused Traders, my latest show on Peacock, reality TV. Of course, split down the middle with like celebrities, quote unquote, the people that always do the reality TV circuits that are supposedly famous or their career is slowly dying, and regular people, and they try to trick each other. It's super produced, and I don't think hardly any of it is probably real, but of course I'm addicted to reality television, so I don't care about any of that. Just paused it to jump on and check in, and I am so guilty right now. I feel guilty. It's funny because there were 2 separate times today when I remembered to pick up the camera and film, and the other one was right when I got out of the bathtub, so I couldn't do it then, even though I was actually about to. I was like, screw it, I just won't show it. But I knew myself, and I knew I would have some sort of nip slip, even though there's not much to see after my breast reduction when I was 18. Anywho, you guys, it's Sunday. And don't worry, I'm gonna give you a recap of the other days. And I thought so many times throughout the course of those days that I should pick up the camera and film, but I just don't think I was in the headspace for it, and it would have been good content. But let's rewind. Friday, it's truly a shame I didn't film because I looked good AF. Like I wasn't even dressed up or anything, but I was wearing green. And I got all these men, because I posted like a snap story commenting, oh, he looks so good in green. I think it's literally just because my eyes are green and you can kind of see it in that picture, and I looked like crap otherwise, but you know how guys are, they're simple AF, and once you know the software you can really work the system, if you know what I'm saying. So Friday, I just kind of chilled. I was gonna go out, didn't end up going out. Same thing happened yesterday where, well, Friday was really my fault because I felt gross and I was tired from the day. And so I had the opportunity to like hang out with a guy or 2 or 3, but I just couldn't make myself. So didn't end up doing anything. And then yesterday I was fully planning on going out. The other issue that I have to factor in is my hair, and I hadn't showered in a few days and I felt gross. So if I was gonna go out and put on makeup, I also wanted to wait until after I'd come home and wash the makeup off to then shower. So I was really thinking a lot, but then I also didn't have the confidence to go out because I hadn't showered. So it was this catch-22 that you only understand if you're like me or have my kind of hair or whatever. But I did end up showering today, or tonight, if you were wondering, which hence the almost filmed when I got out of the tub. But yes, didn't really do anything at all this weekend. And it's a 3-day weekend because MLK Day tomorrow. Shout out Martin Luther King and your grandson who looks identical to you and shares your name. So I have tomorrow off, and I think I'm actually gonna hang out with one of the guys I was supposed to see last night, but that's what I was gonna say. I did intend on going out last night. I did, I swear, but he flaked because he said he was, you know, he went out to a bar and then he was with a bunch of guys and they ended up talking all night, which if I was his girlfriend, I would be a little bit suspect of, but I'm not his girlfriend, so I have no right to protest or ask any more questions, even though, you know, I'm a detective. I'm gonna believe him because he seems trustworthy. He was in the army. He owns his own business. You kind of have to trust people like that, right? Like, love my veterans, even though he's only 23. Yeah, he's also younger than me. It's a whole thing, but right now I'm just trying to not be as thirsty as I am. So whatever quenches that thirst will do the trick. Anyway, so it's Sunday night and there's really nothing much to report on from the weekend. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to do better at actually filming myself doing the things I recap on these vlogs, because I feel like it's not as good of content when I'm just like verbally telling you instead of visually showing you, even though I do have to say I do give a pretty good recap, or it entertains me nonetheless. Like, even if it doesn't entertain a single other person, at least I'll have the memory of it later if I watch back, because I know these vlogs are gonna get 1 view, and I still need to upload, oh crap, the one from last week that was a hot mess with the orientation changing constantly from landscape to portrait. Oh, another thing I've done this weekend is watch the Divergent trilogy. I just finished the 3rd one tonight. I have to say they really went downhill after the 1st one. But I do have it so bad for Theo James. And my brother texted me for the first time in like weeks and was telling me, like, just checking in, then asking if the Lego set I got him for Christmas was in. So that was really his main point. But I told him, I was like, look, I have it so bad for Theo James now. And apparently he's in White Lotus, which everyone is watching right now, which I haven't gotten around to. Because for me to get invested in a show, it needs to have a few seasons already in the tank. Like, already there for me to watch and stream. I don't want to watch 1 season and then be done and wait. Are you kidding me? I haven't done that since Game of Thrones. So I'm going to do the same thing with White Lotus where I wait a few seasons. But since everyone's talking about it, I feel like I'm missing out. Like when my brother Henry said about Theo James. I didn't even know he was in that, and I was over here obsessing over him in Divergent in 2015. So apparently there's some good Theo James content out there I need to catch up on, but yeah, for the most part, I'm just chilling, being a hot mess. Think I'm gonna hang out with that guy tomorrow that's 23 and served in the armed forces, but we'll see how that goes. He said he'd pick up some wine, which I don't know how that'll work since I work the next day and I'm already so dead when I go to work that hungover me from wine. Who cares? Yeah, well, I'll probably do it anyway. But yeah, I will check in with you guys tonight or tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna split up the next vlog here today. Since it is Sunday, or start the new one tomorrow, or just let tomorrow count as part of this one. It's a 3-day weekend. I would say let me know in the comments, but it'll already be done. The decision will be made, which is weird for me to say because right now I haven't made the decision. It's trippy. It's very meta, this conversation we're having. I'm an intellectual. But yeah, love you guys.